Hi Pisces, welcome back to As Above, So Below Healing Tarot, where you are the magic baby. This is going to be a reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus Pisceans. So let's just get right into this. I have my Mermaid Oracle since we are pretty much in summer. So I'll get in touch with our little mermaid selves. Spirit, what is going on for Pisces, for my magic muse? Please give me the most magical messages. Water flight, heaviness lifts, burdens are cast away, weightlessness. I love this. Pisces, I think that you are really cleansing your field and you're doing the energy work where you are taking the weight off. You are indulging in lighter things, and this is really shifting your field. And I feel like there's been a period of time where Pisces has been like holding the weight for so long. It feels like I just got an image of somebody just pushing a boulder up a hill, and it feels like you are carrying the emotional weight for people. You are carrying the emotional burden. This can be from family, but I feel like this is really taking the lid off of that, and I feel like you're indulging in joy. I love that. Visions, psychic images, clairvoyance, seeing out of body travel. Woo! Pisces, your psychic stuff is activating and revving up. So your dreams may be off the chain right now. You may be seeing a lot of visions. Your mind's eye is really activating. And I also feel like you are getting nudges and next steps from the divine. You're not so much focused on how am I going to get here. It's not giving into the hypervigilant mind. You are really sitting back and you are trusting spirit to guide you where you are meant to go. So I feel like you're in a state of surrender and flow right now, Pisces. I love this. And then we have this Selkie in her skin, reclaiming your authenticity. I love this. This is so beautiful. Pisces, you're meant to be in beautiful, artistic, creative, healing spaces. So if you have been feeling a little zapped from that energy, it's time to immerse yourself back into some creative pursuits. I know you guys all are. Pisces is the poet. We're the singers, the artists of the zodiac. So do some fun things. We're gonna get into the Halloween oracle because I'm itching for Halloween. I know it is only June, but I know you guys understand that. Jack-o'-lantern, protection. So I think that you are really pulling back and you are doing a lot of protection magic. You are doing a lot of protective work. And I love pumpkins because they're also a symbol of prosperity. So you are focusing on the good things in your life. You're focusing on the things where you are going to get a return, whether it is energetically, emotionally. This is really putting your energy into the things that give you purpose, and knowing that you are protected even in the astral realm. This is a lot of guide work. You're doing a lot of spiritual dives right now, Pisces. And I think that your guides are giving you a lot of encouragement to grow out of where you have been. Skull of light, illumination. Excuse me. I just saw somebody like poking somebody. I feel like there may be a little like, we're gonna activate this part. We're gonna touch on this part because it has been overlooked, or it's something that needs to be brought up. So there's a big illumination about where you have been keeping yourself small, where you have been keeping yourself limited. And I think that you are now doing the deep shadow dive into where this wound has come from, why has it been around so long, you know? And I think that that's really where you are starting to weave your web. You have cauldron, synergy, and healing. Yes, baby, the cauldron is the symbol in my business. So the cauldron is also feminine, and it represents all of the elements. So earth, air, fire, water, spirit. And you put things in the cauldron and you let the synergy of your manifestations come together. And so if this is something that you are creating, something that you are really taking a lot of time to make, you know, whether this is also your, I'm hearing spiritual makeup, you are challenging the old beliefs that you have been carrying. Beautiful, Pisces. I love this. I love this. Let's get into some tarot. Tarot. Spirit, please help me in delivering the most magical and healing messages for my beautiful Pisces. And Pisces, if you would like a personal reading, the link for that is in the description box below. Reading, hypnotherapy, Reiki, I do all of it. So, all right, Spirit, what else is going on here? Wow. Whoa. Ooh, okay. Ace of Swords at the bottom of the deck. That is that communication. That is that claircognizance energy. I also feel like you are using your voice, Pisces. You are activating your voice. You are saying what you want, saying what you need. And even if that causes conflict, even if that ruffles some feathers, you are in an empowered place in your life where you are no longer like, you're not in people-pleasing mode anymore, Pisces. You're like, if this ruffles some feathers, then so mote it be. But this is a big energy of, I have to move forward with my truth because this is going to give me balance. And Pisces, I feel like you're on to like bigger and better things. You have the Page of Pentacles here with the Chariot. So you're not looking back like the person in this card. All of these, like, he is looking, his attention is on something else. His attention is on what it is that he is growing. And I think you have been closing out a chapter and you're moving towards a new one, and this is calling for an upgrade. This is calling for the next level up in who it is that you are going to be. And I think that you have had to do some navigating with that, because I think that also this next level is asking you to move through a lot of fears, a lot of self-doubt, a lot of shame, a lot of unworthiness. And I feel like you're just now starting to dive deep into how those beliefs have really played a role in your life. And now nothing's stopping you. You really are, you know, you're moving forward. This is Cancer energy. So I think that you may feel like there's a lot more momentum in Cancer season. You may be dealing with a Cancer, or you may have Cancer in your chart. But there's a lot of forward momentum here because you have let down that weight, because you have let go of those burdens. And some of the pieces may be coming in. You know, you're not going to have understanding of all of the pieces. It kind of comes in waves, you know, and I think that you're getting some of those waves and you're putting them where they need to go. So, but I'm going to clarify the Chariot. Spirit, where is Pisces going? Where is Pisces going? Seven of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles. Hell yeah, Pisces. Oh, I love this. And Strength. Hell yes, Pisces. Yep. You are releasing the self-sabotage. You are releasing the old beliefs, the imposter syndrome, all of those swords that tell you, I can't do this. You are like, I'm moving towards investing in my future. And this card also talks about patience. The Seven of Pentacles, which is funny because I actually saw this on my way to work yesterday. I saw it as a flash in my mind. And you don't reap the fruit when you first plant it, but you are moving towards the thing that you are investing in. And I feel like it is going to help you in the 3D world, help you make money, help with your foundation. Queen of Pentacles is all about like, I got my bag, I got my coin. I make choices out of empowerment rather than scarcity because I have enough. This is a card of already having enough. And because you are now in a position where you can make choices from an empowered space because you have done the foundation root work, you are getting to experience this. You are getting to experience growing in your purpose, even though it feels weird because you may not yet be a master. You are still learning the ins and outs of business. You may be, learning the ins and outs of YouTube, whatever, but you're in spaces where you haven't been before. And that has required a lot of strength from you. But I think because you have worked through that wound, now you're like, nobody was holding me back except for me. And I have a Chiron in Leo, and it is taken a lot for me to get in front of a camera, to be speaking my truth, to be showing this. I come from a long line of, masculinity, taking away your power, suppressing your voice. I had that childhood, but I also told myself I can't be living in that narrative forever. I have to move forward and embody the version of myself that I want to be empowered by. And I think that that's where you are, Pisces. I think you are seeing this higher version and this higher vision for yourself, for your family, and where you want to be. And you're taking steps to get you there. And that requires strength. It requires you to get uncomfortable because you haven't been in spaces like that before. But I see you. I see you, and I am proud of you. Even if you don't hear that on the outside, I see you. Somebody needed to hear that. So, all right, Spirit, what is the advice for Pisces? What does my fishy need? Masculine, this has been coming up a lot in our readings. Pleasure and pain. Yeah, clearing some karma with masculine, with energies that may be narcissistic, energies where you haven't felt safe to express who you are. This can be father wounds. This can be, old masculine relationship wounds. But I feel like you are healing from that. And you're also healing why you were attracted to those types of people in the first place. And that is a lot of work. That is a lot of work. Spirit, what else is here? Sun's rays and embrace. Embrace the sun's rays. Get out in the sun. Go have some fun. Soak up the sun. How many rhymes can I do? But this is beautiful, radiant energy, Pisces. You've trudged yourself out from the shadow. Of course, we're never going to stop working on ourselves. We're never going to stop working on the shadow. But you're no longer in a state of being perpetually in pain. You are really tapping into this earthly life. And I think that that's also taken a lot for you to tell yourself it's okay to do that, because it goes against our entire nature. Pisces is the infinite. We are the formless. And when we are faced with, having to be in this 3D world, sometimes it feels exhausting. But we've had to kind of rewire ourselves to be able to enjoy having a human body, having a 3D body while we're here, experiencing these things while we're here. And it's really, I think it's taken a lot of perspective shifting on your end. And the reason why I'm getting into this is feeling informed. And some of you may be doing some mushies, going on a little trippy trip, doing some psychedelic shifting. I'm all for that, by the way. I also do that. So, but all right, Pisces, thank you so much for being here. Please like, share, subscribe if this has helped you, and I will see you on the next one. Remember, you are the magic. Blessed be. Bye.